What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Tanveer Talks. And we are officially on episode 3. And honestly, if you're a gamer, your head is probably spinning today. It feels like every time you refresh your feed or check X, right? Twitter, there's a new official update that feels more like a rumor than actual news, right? You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's that weird time in the industry where nobody knows what's real and what's just hype, right? I always say, when is it not a good time to talk games? No? Never. Especially not today. We have a lot to get through. Got a bigger, we got the biggest release date in history, GTA 6, and getting reconfirmed by the big bosses at Take Two. But are we actually buying that? Right? Like, I don't think so. Like, I've got some thoughts on that, so we'll talk about that. And then we'll shift gear to the big screen, like Kratos finally has a live action face, and it's a name that might surprise you. We're going to talk about Ryan Hurst and what this means for God of War series, and then we'll finally, get into why a $300 headset, the Meta Quest yes, is actually giving more joy and more wow moments right now than my $500 PS5. But let's see. That I know that sounds like a hot take, but stick with me, right? Okay, so grab your tea, lock in, let's dive into the noise. Episode 3 starts right now. First up, the big one, Rockstar. Take Two just had their big earnings call, and they stood up and told investors, "Don't worry, GS6 is on track for November 19th, 2026." Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not convinced. I've been hurt before. Like, remember 2025? Remember May 2026? Right? They've been moving this goalpost for years, man. Like, it's like that fan who says they're 5 minutes away when they haven't even left their house in Mississauga yet, right? I want to believe them. I really do. I want to be wrong, but I want to be sitting here on November 19th with controller in my hand, day one, no sleep. You know, I want to play that game so badly, right? And let's look at the history, right? GTA 5 came out in what, like 2013? And think about like 2013, right? I was still in college, you know. I had just picked up GTA 5 on day one while coming back from college, right? Like back then, the GTA was everything. It was like GTA 5, right? Like that game, like launched on the PS3 too. I had PS3 back then, and it was amazing. It was the late PS3 generation. PS4 was about to drop, right? And then when PS4 generation came in, it was without a single new GTA. It was PS4 launched with what, GTA 5 for free, right? If you had PS Plus, I think, and then they give you like 10 millions bucks with it, like with Indian currency, right? You had that, and then there was nothing else. They kept pushing updates on a GTA Online. I think they were completely focused on GTA Online. Even now, I don't know if with GTA 6 they're gonna move to GTA 6 Online. Let's see how that pans out, because GTA Online has been their money making machine, right? Which is why they had not, maybe they want to perfect it. I hope they perfect the game. Like I know it's gonna be perfect, but I hope it's like it's perfect game ever, right? Right? And we're almost end of the PS5 life cycle. It's crazy, right? Think about it. Like PS3 had a GTA 5, PS4 had GTA 5, and PS5 had GTA 5. The same game, 3 generations, right? And then when this a game finally drops, right? Like I hope, like if it actually is November, it's going to be a global event. I'm gonna tell you, right? I'm telling you now, I'm taking a day off, or a day, like a week off, just to play it, right? Like working class people are going to like even the working class people are going to take mass time off, right? Sick days are going to be like at an all time high, like including sick days or even vacation days, right? Right? And no, I know like no other studio is going to even dare release a game during that time, because I'm telling you, other studios are looking at it and they're like, oh shit, do I want to release on something on November 2026? Because nobody is gonna look at the other games except GTA 5. I mean GTA 6, right? They'll all run for cover, right? But man, it has to live up to the hype. And if this game is just okay, it'll be the biggest heartbreak in entertainment history. But I don't think that's gonna be the case, right? It takes so long. I don't think it's gonna be like okay, because GTA 5 like was amazing. Pretty sure the story is kind of not that good. Even then, people are gonna love playing GTA. What do you like about GTA? You can do whatever you want in the game, right? It's your own sandbox. Do whatever you want. cars, play games, missions as you feel like, right? And GTA 6 online is gonna be something else as well when they do release that, right? Yeah. Okay, let's switch gears to TV, and we finally got the casting for God of War series on Amazon, and they went with Ryan Hurst as Kratos. Now, for the gamers, you know him, right? Like he was Thor in God of War Ragnarok. He's got the build, right? He's got that deep, gravelly voice that can rattle your speakers. And his Ryan Hurst Thor was a mess. He was loud. He was a fat dauber, as Mimir says, right? He was emotional, and now he has to play Kratos. Like, who is the complete opposite? Kratos is stoic. He's a man of four words. How did an actor go from being the loudest guy in the room to the quietest, right? I really want to see how he can pull off that Kratos stare, like where he doesn't see anything, but you're still terrified. Like it says, boy, every time, his son comes in, the stare, you know. I played God of War 1, like, I played all the God of War games. I haven't skipped a single one, even the PSP ones, right? And there was even, I think, a mobile game back in the days on Nokia, or I don't know. I think I vaguely remember it, right? But yeah, I played all of it. You name it, right? I guess it was my childhood. On PS2, I had all the God of War games. Then on PS3, I had God of War 3 and Ascension, right? I even played the online that God of War Ascension came with, right? The online multiplayer game, right? I even played that. Um, you know, let's see, right? You know, Kratos is, well, he's the ghost of Sparta, as you know, right? He's famously bald. So let's see how Ryan Hurst does it, right? I don't know how are they gonna handle this, right? Because Ryan Hurst, I don't know if everyone knows this, of even people know it. Like he's a Sikh, right? His actual name, then when he converted to Sikhi, it was Gobind Seva Singh, right? And as part of his religion, he cannot cut his hair. And I've heard him multiple times on TV and in interviews that he has never cut his hair. So it's just case, like as we call it, right? That's a gift and a commitment, right? And he is committing to it. But when I heard the news that he's getting casted, I was like, okay. I was first like, hmm? And I was like, okay, yeah, they could, it's actually a huge win for representation, I would say. Even though he's a white guy, not a brown guy, right? I didn't know if brown was gets casted, I would be like, what the hell, man? Who's this? Even now, people are like, why? If you go to TikTok or if you go to Twitter, right, everyone's like, he's supposed to be black. He's supposed to be black. I'm like, dude, he's Greek. If you played the games, Pro 1, 2, 3, you know that he's Greek. He's white as well. And he's tanned white, right? I don't get the outrage, right? I think he's perfect. He's got the beard. I think, yeah, they can do a lot of things, right? Like they could have him wear a bald cap. Pretty sure they're gonna have him wear a bald cap and then CGI whatever if there are dents on the bald cap. Like they're probably gonna CGI it, right? But yeah, like for the casual fan, it's like a lot of people don't know that he's a Sikh, so I don't know. Once people find out, oh shit, right? No, because he's not gonna cut his hair. That's for sure. I don't know if it's changed, but from the past few years I've been following this guy. He keeps mentioning that he does not cut his hair, and I've never seen him for the even in Walking Dead he did not cut his hair, right? Yeah, yeah. Personally, like if if a character with a tied up Jura like a top knot under a helmet, I don't know. I don't think that's gonna work. That's gonna piss off a lot of fans, including me. I will not like that. I actually want a bald Kratos. Let's they should do him justice. Like even if they have to use like ball cap, I hope they do. And CG, I'm pretty sure like with their budget, yeah. And also there are like people are wondering like why are not they doing the Greek saga? My guess is like budget because Greek games is gonna involve Kratos fighting 50-foot gods every 10 minutes. Like imagine the budget is gonna be like it's gonna be crazy high, like $2 million, $3 million per episode. I don't think they are willing to spend that much. Even probably go higher than that, right? They have to build cities. They have to, like it's gonna cost them a lot. And doing the Norse saga is It's actually more grounded, right? Because most of if you play the games, you know that most of like it does not have cities. First of all, like it does, but they're not cities like the Greek, right? Mostly lush, green, snowy, trees. They could literally just go to any location and then shoot it, right? They don't have to, they can literally, film it in Vancouver, bro. No, and then have the same. They don't have to, spend money on the budget, right? Yeah, I see people on Reddit complaining that we aren't getting the Greek saga first. I'm like, dude, like it's fine, right? It, we've been hearing about the Greek lo- movie when long. And even God of War 2 or God of War 3 came out, been thinking about Sony's gonna do a movie. They kept like even teasing it's gonna be God of War movie. It's gonna be God of War movie, right? I think even Rock was once considered to be playing, if I'm not wrong. Or I'm just making that up. I don't know. Maybe my memory is bad. It's been so long, right? But yeah, no, they if they do Greece, they'll have to animate a 100-foot Poseidon, right? A city crumbling into ocean in episode one. That's Game of Thrones level money, on day one. By starting with Norse saga, I think they can spend money on the acting and the makeup, and they can make the fight feel like visceral and real. So rather than a CGI mess that that looked like DS2 cutscene, right? And also like Alistair Duncan, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, is returning as Mimir. Yeah, I think that's a perfect cast. Like they don't have to change the guy. They don't have to change Mimir. They got the same guy who did the voice for the game, and I think that is a massive win, right? And I know they casted what is his name? Odin. Yeah, they casted Odin, right? I know that they casted Odin, and I'm a bit surprised like they're jumping, right? Let's see. Let's see how they do the father and son duo. I haven't heard anything about Atreus. Who are they gonna cast for Atreus? But let's see. Let's see. And now let's talk about the MetaQuest 3S. This is the best-selling VR bundle over the holidays, if you can believe it, right? Over the holidays, this was the best purchase I have ever had, right? Let me tell you, like when I was searching, I'm like, everyone's snagging one. Like, I think it's with S3S, they made like, they priced it perfectly. $300, man? It's like, for $300, I could play like VR games. I don't have to buy the PS5. The PS5 or the PSVR, you have to get to the PS5, right? Like, I know that I can play PC VR games now, right? But I don't have a good PC, right? So I actually needed some games that I could play on it. I don't want to connect it to on PS5 and then play it, right? Connect a wire to PS5 and then wait for it. I could trip on the wire as well. So I wanted something that is wireless, right? And I would say MetaQuest 3S is the best, right? I've been playing Red Matter and Red Matter 2 on it. Like, let me tell you, the graphics on this game are insane, man. Like, if you haven't looked at these games, go watch a YouTube clip or something, right? You will see, like, it rivals console games, right? I like if once it's like feels like it's so immersive and when you put it on, it feels immersive. The level of detail is insane. You get lost while playing this game. Like even though the battery life on the Metacurse is not as good, right? While playing this game, especially, right? Right. I I got like 1.5 hour play each day, if I could say, right? I haven't bought the battery pack yet, like the strap, the battery pack strap, which comes with the battery. I haven't bought it yet, but I will because I really love. Like I would go back and replay Red Matter 2, but yeah, those are one of the best games I ever played. It rivals the best games I played on PS5, right? The level of detail is insane. Like I actually, it was so immersive, right? Like I actually tried to rest my arm on an in-game table. Like it was this funniest Sarah. Like, what? What? And I'm playing the game. I'm so tired. Like my arms are tired while like okay, moving things around. And I see a table I try to like put my hand on. Like I'm like, oh, this is in game. I literally thought I was thinking this was a real table, right? Like your mind is tricking you. Like that's the real it feels, right? Yeah. The only downside is the battery life. I would say I get maybe an hour and a half before it dies, right? As I said, right? So let's see, right? And I also see people talk about how they get motion sickness. Like I actually saw all the warnings on Reddit before trying it out. I was like, oh shit, like, VR gives you motion sickness, right? It takes weeks to get used to. And no, actually, when I put it on, I started playing. I did not feel anything. I actually was immersed immediately. I did not need to, I had no more sickness. That's what I'm saying. I even played a game, Ultra Wing 2, right? Even then, like it feels like you're heavy, like because you're flying a plane, and the controls are kind of like getting used to. I still haven't mastered it, but yeah. Even that, like I felt a little bit of unease for like 2 seconds. Then I got used to it right away. Yeah, right. Like, but also one other downside I'm gonna say is the FOV on it. Like on the 3S, you kind of have that like black border around your eyes. Like once you actually look at it, it doesn't go away. Like every time I put a 3S on, right, takes no because I did not notice it before, but I started noticing it like last week, and it feels like you're looking through a binoculars, if you know what I mean, right? And it takes you out of the moment just for a little bit, and then once you start playing again, it dives you back in, right? I know the Quest 3 has like 110-degree FOV, so I might actually upgrade anytime soon. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll wait for Quest 4. But if Quest 4 comes in and it's the same price as Quest 3S, honestly, I'm snagging it. And it needs to, like, maybe 4S. Yeah, I think they should do 4S with a better FOV. If they do it, I'll just snag it right away. Mm, yeah. And also, I've heard like there's a lot of games like Batman Shadows on it. That's actually next on my list. I'm gonna play it, right? It feels like VR, is not a gimmick anymore, right? Before it was used to be, I was like, okay, why is the VR game coming, right? I've never actually really, said, okay, let's buy VR. I was not intrigued by any of the VR games either. I was like, none of the games look good, good graphics. Because at that time, I did not know about that matter, Batman, right? I recently found out like there are games VR like this, so I tried out, right? Like I'm not too big on graphics, honestly. It's just that it's the thinking that you have a phone 24/7 on your eyes. You have phone 24/7 on your eyes, right? Let's see. Yeah, that's the only thing I was. But then I bought it, and holy, it's like I haven't touched my PS5 forever now. Like it's been like months I've touched my PS5. I've been playing VR on the Quest 3S like constantly. I have to try PC VR as well because I heard it could literally connect wirelessly as well. I'm gonna buy the link cable because I never like with the link cable you actually get good good connection. There's no latency. Yeah, I've yet to try that. I'm gonna try that because I know there are good PC VR games that I could try, right? That not on Quest 3S, and probably would get like a better battery life on it, right? Let's see. This like tells me that VR is gonna be next big thing, but honestly, I don't know. Meta is not. They if you heard the news lately, right? They said they're gonna focus on the hardware now. I think companies need to, you know, start investing more in this VR space, right? Like, because Sony, right? They completely looks like gave up on PC VR 2 after releasing it. I have not seen good news or any news from first party studios from Sony to even make any PC VR PSVR 2 games, right? Like I know that like as I said before, you can play PC VR games on PSVR 2 as well, but I don't know, man. I think they need to invest more, or somebody did competition is needed in this space because I think VR is the future, right? AR, like let's see what Samsung comes with XR. But as for now, I'm gonna say MetaQuest is the best, and I don't think anything else like for a budget friendly VR, nothing comes close. Like if you want a really good experience, yeah, there are like a lot of options, right? Like but they're expensive. Even the new Steam VR, right? But those are like out of pocket for a lot of people. Most of people, I think, only enthusiasts buy those, right? Or if you have the money lying around. But normal people who actually want a budget friendly and when dive into it, I think MetaQuest is the best. Like there's nothing like it, right? And with that, it brings the end to our podcast. That's all for today's gauntlet. We've covered a lot, like GTA 6 Skepticism, Sikh representation in VR Hollywood with Ryan Hurst, and why you need to get a VR headset, right? Yeah, so yeah, thank you for listening to Three Talks. And if you want to argue with me about GTA 6 release date, find me on X. Um, as you know, Tanveer Ramgadia or Three Talks Official. And if you want to see the clips from this show, check out my YouTube channel, like Three Talks Official, right? On YouTube. And let me know on X, do you think Ryan Hurst is going to wear a ball cap, or are they just going to change Kratos' look? I want to hear your theories, stay curious, keep gaming, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.